Good afternoon, sports fans from all around the globe. I'm your host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors. And this is your closing bell for Friday, April 8th, 2022, day 2 of the MLB. Already some dramatics going on, some extra innings in the Bronx, some late night heroics, or late afternoon, late game heroics by the Tigers as down 3-0, tie at 3-3. White Sox take a 4-3 lead, and Detroit said, not so fast. And the highs and lows of having the under in a game like the Red Sox, and 4-4 in the ninth. Ghost runners, guaranteed to go 9 and push the total, and most likely to go over. But that's baseball. And the sooner you remember there's no crying in baseball, the better off you'll be. To all the ECSI VIPs, what a bleeping day yesterday. Holy cow. Sung JM, plus 6,000. First round leader. You got it. Now, with that said, you know how we play any golf event, never mind a major, you have to sprinkle the infield. And I talked about the first round leaders. I don't want people to, play $400 or $500 into the Masters when we released about 7 or 8, 9 full outright winners, which we try to make all equal, which again is very simple. If you have a 13-1 shot and you put one full unit on that's going to net 1,300, well, you make sure your 65-1 shot has at least $20 on it to equal 1,300, and that's how we do it. So the first round leaders were more pizza and beer money, quarters, halves if you wanted to get a little froggy, and we got at least a half dozen people showing me $10 tickets. $10 tickets. Sung JM, first round leader, equaled $600. He was plus 6,000. So hats off to you guys. And in the MLB 2-0 start to the year, Mets minus 115. Money line win 5-1, and then the Astros plus 105, 3-1 victory there. But full board going on right now. Sox up 5-4, bottom 9. As I said, White Sox Detroit now 4-4. Aaron Nola up 5-1 against Oakland. I bet you there'll be a lot of people that'll be fading this Oakland team all year. Scotty's Rays with McClanahan up 1-0 against Means in the 5th. So all you first 5 guys are sweating that one right now. Dodgers and Colorado, Wheeler and Freeland 0-0 after bottom of the second. Ray and Seattle up 2-0. That's funny because I liked Ryan yesterday. I didn't like them today with the extra day, and then they were minus 120. I didn't like that. They closed at 118. Miami, San Fran, 0, top of the first. But enough of me. Let's bring him in. I know he's chomping at the bit. And first of all, anyone that saw my timeline, that was me conducting the Star Spangled Banner with the Minnesota State Band, pep band on the Jumbotron at the Garden yesterday. Amazing event to find the Frozen Four. We watched Denver beat Michigan in overtime, and then Minnesota State putting a whooping on Minnesota. So they'll be your 2 finalists tomorrow for the winner gets the championship in college hockey. So without further ado, let's bring him in. The one, the only, Mr. Scott E. Webb. Afternoon, Scott.
Hey, Jeff. How are you today?
You know, we had a great show at 2:00. Sean Childs, Hall of Famer in the NFFC, NFBC, content writer for Sports Illustrated, football and baseball sides. We talked his initial start in fantasy, where he is today, and we actually broke down today's card, and we took an $18 swing for 50,000. Are we going to win? 99.9%. Hell no. But our objective was to talk to people, to get the content out there, to ask some questions. We're hoping to do this on a weekly basis, take a $5, $10, $12, $15 swing, but just to get it out there. You know, it's okay once in a while. It's entertainment. I'm not there to win every day, but it's entertainment. You know, as he said at the end, it's a dartboard, and someone's got to win.
I will tell you that years ago, I shouldn't say years ago, because, well, I guess it was, but I got into DFS. I like DFS. I think DFS is fun. With all the stuff that I do and all the numbers that I have and the stuff that I look at, I kind of know who's going to do what and sort of things anyway. And it's fun because it makes watching the games even that more fun, because it's like, okay, yeah, I made a bet on this or I made a bet on that, but now you got guys playing on all over the place. You got all different kinds of teams and games and stuff you're watching and stuff. So it's I think it's I don't know how exciting it is, but I think it's fun. You know, I was playing in those 50-50 leagues as much as I could, because, you know, if you get to the top 50 or whatever, you win half your money, but you win your money back, and you win, you know, double your money or whatever it is, something like that. And you know, if you kind of half know what you're doing, you win a lot of that. I didn't play in the ones where you had to like win the whole damn thing, or be, you know, like a poker tournament, be right there at the top. But just because I just felt like there's too many damn people in it. But at the same time, I can tell you that it really makes watching the games kind of fun. And then watching the ticker line across the bottom makes a whole lot of difference too, because you sit there and go, oh shit, one of my guys is on a ticker. Oh, look at that, he hit a home run. I got some points.
And we have a friend in the industry. I've talked about it at length here. Dave Potts, follow him. He's a writer now for Roto Grinders. The epic $1 million win at FanDuel, $1 million win at DraftKings. And prior to that was the main event winner for like 150,000 at the NFBC. And he used that money to parlay into winning the DraftKings million and the FanDuel. He's writing for Roto Grinders, and he's actually in these lanes where people can hire him at an hourly basis to help them create lineups and to teach. And that's what it's all about. It's about education. And again, this guy's probably firing now $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a day, which seems like a lot, but he's putting his money in the head-to-heads, the single entries. He's not going and spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on the event we played tonight to try to win 50,000. It's called bankroll management, and it's risk. And he, as you said when you started here, Scott, and like Sean, you guys have all the numbers, you have all the content, so why not? You have the information. It's just how you use that information
and what you like. I mean, you know, most of my stuff is all about pitchers, but at the same time, you got to look at how pitchers do against the teams they're facing, and the hitters and the different things like that too. So all of that stuff matters. And I know that, we had the conversation, I don't know, 2-3 days ago. Guys, all I can tell you over and over and over and over and over, if you really want to have a good life, get involved. Whatever it is you're doing, get involved and be a part. Get involved in DFS. Go follow people on Twitter. Go pay for services. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to services. What I mean is you're going to learn a lot. You'll enjoy a lot. You'll do a lot. And I'm not talking about necessarily picks or whatever, but if you want to learn the business, you got to go get involved in the business and have some fun with it. And it doesn't cost that much. You know, I mean, I went to lunch with my wife today. Jesus Christ, it's $80 just to go eat lunch. So I mean, it's $100 to go eat dinner. So what the hell is it to go spend $50 and do something and get involved in it? I mean, it's nothing. Shit, you ought to be betting $150 a game.
It's so funny. Our lunch, late lunch at the North End yesterday with tip cost $2.50, and that was drinking sparkling water, no dessert, no coffee. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And we're offering a service here for $59.99 a month. Okay, it's $2 a day. Between the two of us, we probably each put in about 75, 80 hours a week. We're making 18 cents an hour. Okay. And I get so many people have been burned, crushed by services. I've heard every war story. The fact of the matter is, for $2 a day, if you got to question someone and you got to say, oh, how'd you do the last month? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? And the fact that we have been in this space for 7 and almost a half years. Same names, same faces. When I tell someone this, go to Google search, type in sports investors, and East Coast Sports Investors comes up as the number one ranked sports investment firm in the whole wide world. And they still question you. Okay, I don't have time for that. I don't. I mean, we're putting out 2 and 3 shows a day, Scott. 3 hours of content. We work around the clock. We're going to debut our own Discord damn channel. Okay, every one of our plays is posted on the timeline. They can go to our shows and find out the information. I don't go out here and say, oh, by the way, in 2017 we went 30-2 and we're the number one rank. I don't care about 2017. I care about 2022 and what we do damn today. Not yesterday, not the day before, not tomorrow. There, I vented.
It's all good. I just think this, guys. It's like anything else, and I'm not saying when I tell you to get involved, I tell you to do different things. I say different stuff. Do your homework. It's not my job to do the homework for you. If you want to be a part of our service, be a part of our service. You want to be a part of somebody else's service, be a part of somebody else's service. Look, I'm not going to go broke one way or the other. What the benefit though to Jeff and I, it just keeps us going a little bit. It keeps this stuff costs money to go on TV. This costs money to be on the internet. This costs money to get T-shirts made. It costs money to do all this shit. We need, and this is going to be a lot bigger. So the monies that we get from other people just hold us over until we get the money from a sports book or from somewhere else, and then they pay for everything. So guys, you got to help us get to where we're trying to go. That's the whole idea. Just participate. Be a fan that plays the game with us.
So the 2 crying stories we will hear so far in baseball, for all the baseball bettors that started yesterday and started today, that are getting ready to jump off the bridge. The Padres with a 4-0 lead, lose 5-4, and the White Sox with a 3-0 lead and a 4-3 lead heading to the bottom of the ninth, lose 5-4. So don't jump off the bridges, yet. If you had those teams in the first 5, I think you cashed both of them. But it is what it is, and we're here today to talk about tonight's board. There's some nice MLB action, and there's some NBA action. There's even a little hockey action. So take us away, Scott.
Well, I am on the Rays this afternoon, and I am on the Miami Marlins and the San Francisco Giants game. So those 2 games I'm on. The San Francisco Marlins game is a first 5 under game. Anyway, so the evening boards. Now we're starting to talk about how do we get into games and how do you want to play these games and stuff. And opening day yesterday, I played and gave out the St. Louis Cardinals on a team total over 4.5, and of course they scored 4 runs in 2 innings, and they ended up winning 9-0, 9-1, whatever it was. Anyway, point being is that a couple of things. Number one, there's some bad Major League Baseball teams. There's some bad teams that got better, but there's some teams that got really bad. And I think that we're not looking at certain things the right way to a certain degree. So one of the things that I want to kind of point out here and kind of bring up is that Oakland team is not very good, and that line was 175, and I think it probably closed at close to 190 or pretty close to 200. My number was 200. I think that if you're going to bet some of these games and you're going to look at some of this stuff, you really got to look at where you can find some of that value. So let's talk about the San Francisco Giants for a minute. The San Francisco Giants were really good last year. They won more games than any other team in Major League Baseball. But what happened to the Giants? Well, the Giants lost Buster Posey, who was a big bat in their lineup last year. Brandon Belt's been hurt. And those guys have all overplayed that had career years last season. They lost their best pitcher in Gausman. But they have Webb, right? So Webb's really good too. But Webb's never really been an ace before, and he's starting today. And when you start to look at these numbers and start to see how things creep out and what they're looking like, look, the Marlins are better, and the Giants are not as good as they were. And the Giants have a number today. I think that number creeped up to almost 145 to 150. Because people are betting on the Giants thinking they're the same Giants as they were last year. They're not. Both teams, I think, are going to struggle to score here. I think that what was interesting was last year the Giants were a really, really strong baseball team, especially offensively, and nobody really thought about the offensive team. So I think you got to watch for stuff like that. And that reminds me of the game that I'm going to talk about. It's the Texas and Toronto game. I think what is Barrios at right now? Barrios is at what is he at? 150 or something? Yeah,
158. I do want to also add that Detmers was Sandoval arm fatigue scratched, and now Detmers in as well. But yes, he opened at 170. He's down to 158.
Right, and it's the same thing going on in San Diego with Minaya tonight. That line opened, and these guys, these numbers are falling and falling and falling and falling. Let me just say this: Arizona is going to be a team that is going to battle Pittsburgh for the lowest number of wins in all of baseball, and San Diego is going to be a team that wins 90 games. So, if you can play the San Diego Padres and get them at minus what I can see, like at Westgate, minus 129. You can go over there and bet them 129. You ought to go do it because the value is there. They shouldn't be 129. They should be, 150, 160, 170. That's how good they are compared to the way Arizona is. So the same thing kind of applies in Toronto. So and this is where you got to be a little bit creative to how you want to play this game. Texas has a bad bullpen. So even if Texas hangs around with the bats that Toronto has for a little while, the truth of the matter is going to be is that the bullpen can get blown up in one swing of the bat. So, you can get them on the money line or the run line. I think in the run line number in that game was changing. It's plus 120. To me, that's worth the risk because to me that you're going to have an opportunity there. Now, I will say that I don't like it as well as other plays that I did play. Like I did play a minus 1.5 today on the Rays. But the reason I didn't do it on this one and the reason I didn't pull the trigger is because I don't know exactly what it's going to look like with the new guys in the Texas lineup. So I wanted to see that for a little bit first. But just understand, guys, you got to figure out how to get into some of these games and don't be afraid of certain situations. When you have one team that's pretty dominant over the other one and they have a bad bullpen. So that means that even if the game's a little bit close, one swing of the bat can get you the runs you need and you're done. So I kind of look at it that way. I would stay clear of Atlanta tonight. My research tells me that Charlie Morton is a better second game starter than he is a first game starter. And I'm totally staying away from Houston and Los Angeles because I think that's going to be a slugfest, and I'm not sure exactly which way to bet it. I know that the total is 9.5, and 9 is a common number in Major League Baseball. But there's not very many runs being scored in most of these games, other than the idea that I think that the games will get there. These are early. So as we're starting off, it kind of is what it is. So I don't really have this major ordeal plays for tonight, but I will say that if I was going to lean anywhere, I would lean on Manaea, and I would lean on Berrios on the run line.
I'm multitasking here.
It's all good. Colorado's got a 2-0 lead on the Dodgers, by the way.
For me, what I am trying to do tonight, it's kind of funny. I had my eyes on we sent out our alert today already. And we went 1-1-1. And meaning on selections today. In bases, do you know, and I firmly believe in exactly what you're saying about the Giants in last year versus this year. My 2 cents on Alcantara versus Webb is I thought for sure money would have been pounding in on the Marlins. I thought Alcantara would have been the public trendy dog. There was an overnight number, Scott, of the Giants minus 171, which I could not believe. So to be 100% transparent, we actually leaned the Giants. We got them at 139 full game on that. And the other game we were looking at the Angels. Now, if you look at the Angels, first of all, they on Wager Talk here, they didn't open up at 125. Okay, they opened up at 119, more closer to 115. You got a scratch, yet it's still hanging around there. They're at 119 at circle 115. Detmer's in for Sandoval. They did offensively struggled yesterday. Not a big Odorizzi fan. And the fact that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Verlander is coming in for game 3. I thought on Saturday, I thought I saw the Astros minus 137 this afternoon. So you go down 0-2 and you're staring at Verlander. So I think the sense of urgency more on the Angels. So we have held on to that one for now. And was going to look maybe later in sending that one out. But the Yankees did tie it against the Sox. It's now 5-5 going to the 11th. So all the underbettors got what today. That is now shot over. It actually closed at 8. I thought it closed at 9. So
advice on those Boston and Yankee games: never bet them under. It don't matter. It don't matter who's pitching. They always go over, and they always go 5 hours long. Don't even. I mean, it's an all-day affair.
And the funny part, Scott, was of course Devers 2-run homer first pitch, and my phone blew up like they were ordering the duck boats already, and they were standing in line for the tickets to be cashed. And at 3-0 got worse, and then Sox come to the field, and 5 seconds later Rizzo hits one to the Statue of Liberty, and it's 3-2. So you're right on that one. I have to ask you, NBA. Big slate, one game caught our eye, and maybe you have some information, maybe you don't. Rotation number 523, 524, Atlanta and Miami. Overnight, Miami opened up at 4.5. Reverse line movement, a flip. Atlanta goes to a 2-point favorite. We caught the Hawks at minus 123 money line.
So Miami has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 5 guys, 6 guys, game time decisions. Look, these guys are wrapping it up. They don't have to, these guys don't. It doesn't matter to them. So I can understand the flip there. I mean, when they still got most of their starters in the game, it looks like, but they got a lot of guys that are game time decisions. And probably likely not going to play. So that's depth, and depth matters. And I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I've sort of backed off a lot of this NBA stuff this week, only because I know there's the last few games are playing and last few games are going on, and there's all kind of shenanigans happening with the lineups and people playing and who's going on and what's happening. So, but that's what I see there. Bogdanovich is out for Atlanta, but you got Dedmon, Highsmith, Martin, Morris, Vincent, all listed as game time decisions, and Morris is the point forward starter for Miami tonight.
Washington opened up at 1, now 3.5, and the Lakers opened at 9, now 5. Again, this is the first game that we've released this week in the NBA there. And in the pucks, rotation number 83-84, we took a look at a game here, which, again, these guys aren't showing. The Wild at rotation number 83 opened up as a 120 favorite, 110 across the board. At the Blues, the Wild stung us pretty good earlier this week at Nashville, and we thought that again, the overnight number at 120 now, saying it's basically a pick 'em across the board there. But again, our focus is on the MLB, and we can't be I can't say it enough. It's Friday. It's payday for 95% of the people out in the working world, and it's favorites and it's overs. That's what usually happens. So if you're new to this show and you haven't heard this story, well, take a good listen to it. And for the loyal listeners here that have heard it 551,000 times, here's 550,001 and 2. It's payday, and the public and the DGen calls the wife and says, I got to run a couple errands. I'm going to bring a couple pizzas home. Well, they really do is they run to the casino or the local OTB or something, and they run to the window and they catch someone they follow on social media, or they catch someone on Twitter, or they look at wagertalk.com or Don Best Sports Insight, and they try to do 2 seconds worth of homework, which myself usually puts in 18 hours per card between the night before and into today, and that follow the late money, the steam or whatever. But then usually what happens is they just run to the window and bet the favorite or an over. And then they sit there through the 3 games, and they know the light bill has to get paid today. Well, there goes the light bill. And then they go and play some late night action, and then they run home either to the wife and they forgot the pizza and it's still on the oven, or they bring it home and it's cold and soggy, and they come up with a story. So what we try to do here is we try to fade the public. We do that daily, a lot of contrarian stuff, a lot of overnight moves. We have a lot of sources in Vegas that we talk to on a regular basis. But between me and Scott, we got over 70 years of experience. Scott, a former MLB player himself. There's no one more open, honest, transparent. No one wears their hearts on their sleeves like we do. And we're here to educate. We're here to win, grin, and profit. We're here to grind out a daily basis. Hey, I went 2-0 yesterday. So what? I go 0-3 today. Yesterday's news. And it's, what have you done for me lately type of business. But if you're in it for the long term, if you can understand the process, and if you just need a little rewiring, this is the place to be.
Well, this is certainly something that I think that if you're doing it for fun, then great. But that fun isn't fun unless you win. So you got to learn how to win a little bit, and there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I think that's the beauty of the way Jeff does his thing and the way I do my thing. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to do words of wisdom today. I didn't do anything. That's fine. I was just thinking of time. Wait, I just didn't do that. But I would tell you that as we're doing these things and doing these shows, And as you listen to other people, and that's how the perspective and viewpoint behind the curtain, so to speak, works. And then you are given the opportunity to pick and choose your styles. And but I would also tell you that there's comfort zones. And in these lanes, I'm just going to tell you, get out of your damn comfort zones and try all kinds of different things, because you need to figure them out. And I don't want to tell you got to pay to learn, in terms of taking something to the window to have it be a bad play or something. I'm just telling you that as you're doing these things and you're learning and growing, I got a gray beard. Jeff has no hair. I mean, we're old. The reality of it is we've been down these roads before, and all we're trying to do is help guide you to not follow the same paths that we have. Not that they're necessarily terrible paths. It's just that, save yourself a little bit of time. That's all we do is have the time to do this stuff. So anyway, all that being said, I'm happy baseball's back, man. I was up till 2:30 in the morning last night with baseball shit.
Yeah, and again, in closing,
Yankee game's over.
Who blew the game for the Sox, did it say?
Cutter Crawford.
Yeah. That's what we need to do, is we need to cut Crawford. How's that sound?
It's like, the ghost runner on second. Josh Donaldson's the first hitter. And, I got the little blue ball that says in play run. So there you go. I don't know what kind of run. I've got a base hit. 6-5 is the time final.
Sox 0-1, and the funny is Whitlock. It was funny. Me and Sean got Whitlock, and I've said all along I expect him at some point to be the closer. I think that Barnes might have a few hiccups or whatever. Whitlock was electric. He for 2 2/3 innings, and then he just got a ball up to LeMahieu, and LeMahieu just fisted it out to that little league Banjo Park to tie it 3-3, and the rest was history. There. Closing, I just want to tell everyone thanks. That's all. I get a little feisty. I get a little fired up. I might vent here and there, and it's because I care. I really do. There is not a story that I haven't either heard or lived through myself. And what makes what we do so special here is the fact that I'm trying to help anyone that wants to be helped or wants to listen. I want all my mistakes in my early teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, to become mistakes that I made and I don't want someone else to make. And that's why I've created, Sunday is Quicksand Sunday. And what we do here on the VIPs is we create an action parlay, is because when we're up, that's your money. It's just 12 hours away from Envelope Monday. It's not a free swing, which most people are wired to do. Hey, I'm up $250. Wait till you see what I do on Sunday. I'm going to turn that into $2,500. Well, most likely at the end of Sunday, you would have lost that $250, and you probably would have lost at least another $100. And what are you doing? You're paying the man. Where again, the more weeks that you break even / don't pay the man, or guess what? You can actually collect from the man. That's a crazy thought process. And that's what we do here, is we try to collect envelopes week to week, and they turn into month to month and then year to year. And that's what our job is here, is to grind out profit and to eliminate the losses. We don't win every day. We don't win every week. We don't even win every month. Can you believe that? But what we try to do is minimize the losses and maximize the winning weeks. So again, thank you to all our loyal listeners. To anyone new today, do us a favor. It's like tipping the dealer. Just run over to YouTube or Twitch if you're involved in Twitch. Go over to East Coast Sports Investors. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free. Smash the like button. If you're on social media and you see something that you like from us, hit the like. Hit the retweet button. That's like tipping the dealer on blackjack at a casino or something. We don't ask for much here, but once in a while, an attaboy here and there. The tips weren't flurrying in with the plus 6,000 with Sanjay M. I guess I got to do better, Scott.
Hey, that reminds me, I need to do a shout out to Mr. George Jung from. He has been on my website here recently, and he's put a lot of likes on my website. So thank you for that. I put a lot of stuff put a lot of content out there, and I try to be as helpful as I can. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way it's supposed to work out. But it doesn't. The thought processes are there to think about. So, but we had 100 hits yesterday. I think it was actually 99. But damn it, I'm one short. Somebody didn't go to the website. So for me, that's a lot. When I normally average anywhere from 20 to 40 hits on a day, to get 100, that's pretty good. So I was excited to see that, thankful for that. The stuff's getting out there, people's in their heads, and I think that's what the Discord is. The Discord is a personal website. So it allows people to get involved in the Discord channel. You get to just sit there and chat with other people. You can chat with us when we're in there. You can ask questions. You can look at articles. You can do whatever you want. A lot of different things in there. So a lot of big things happening with Jeff and I. A lot of fun things going on, and we do appreciate everything that happens. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope that Major League Baseball just makes you as happy as it does me.
And on to George Jung. George popped into the show a couple days ago, and he said a great show. So again, George, thank you. And as what Scotty said is so true. Listen, life is great when you're winning. You're on the right side of every error, every pass ball, every walk-off homer. It's when you get stung by the missed free throw, the walk-off three for the backdoor cover, the empty net goal, or whatever it is. Some days we're the dog, some days we're the fire hydrant. Well, if you're the fire hydrant 3, 4, 5 days in a row, life is not grand. And the first person you look at is the one that you rely on for the information. And what I like to say a lot of times is right side, wrong result. And that happens a lot, whether, I can't criticize anyone that had the Padres last night. I can't criticize anyone that had the White Sox. If you had them in the first 5, both of those games you cashed. If you had them full game, unfortunately, you were on the wrong side. And bullpens happen, and especially with the shortened springs, we don't know, just like Alex Cora or the managers for these teams, they don't know what they're going to get in that back end. I mean, look at the White Sox. They trade Kimbrel the day before the opening day. So they still get the greatest closer supposedly in baseball right now, Liam Hendricks. I haven't looked into the box score, but that's all I know is this, is they blew a 3-0 lead, then they blew a 4-3 lead. So I don't know.
Bummer gave up the first couple of runs, and then they brought in Hendricks, and he cleaned it up. And then in the 9th inning, a pinch hit backup catcher hits a dinger to tie the game, and then they score the runs off of Hendricks.
But that's baseball, guys. So in a nutshell, listen, any comments, questions, concerns, you can find me at EC Sports Invest on Twitter. You can find Scotty at Webby20MLB. Keep blasting our websites. Keep blasting the pages. Keep asking questions. We are here for you. That's it. We're here to educate with a little entertainment. We're here to help. If you have questions on other games, ask away. I'll tell you where the public is, where the sharps are, why we stayed away, why maybe you should follow your gut. But we're day 2 of 162 full games, and we can't wait. We're still here. We'll be breaking down the NHL, NBA playoffs. It's day 2 of the Masters. The course has really, really tightened up. And if you give me one second here, I will tell you that Scotty Scheffler, who has entered in 6 tournaments this year, has won 3 out of the 6, is -4 with the lead. Schwartzel, Im, and Neiman are -3. Varner the third, DJ Lowry, Matsuyama, defending champ, -2. Connors, Morikawa, Zalatoris, Willett, Na, and Berger at -1. And the news that everyone is waiting for, which I heard wasn't going to be pleasant news. And let me just confirm that. Hold on here.
Who are you looking for?
I think he's surviving. There he goes. Tiger right now, +3 overall. He's +4 on the day through 12. and the cut line is +4. So he can only give up one more shot on the last few holes to make the cut, which would be a huge story. But if you're watching him today, he shot a fabulous round of -1. And they asked him after the 18 holes, what are you going to do tonight? He goes, ice, ice, more ice. This course is just going to tear him up. And for anyone that says, oh, Jesus, how hard is it to walk a damn course? The Masters is one of the hardest courses to walk. On TV, it looks like a flat prairie land. You get there live, and there's more hills than Colorado. And but everyone's rooting for Tiger at least to make the cut. If he does make the cut, I don't think the weekend's going to be pleasant. But let's cheer him on to make the cut. We here at ECSI, the VIPs, peppered the leaderboard, but we still got 36 holes to go. So, anyways. If you are wagering or investing today, please do it responsibly. If you have a problem, pick up that phone. There is an 800 number available. Ask for help. Why? Myself and Scotty care. We do. We want to see you here today, tomorrow, next week, next month, through 2022 and beyond. For myself, Jeff Dawson at EC Sports Invest, from Scotty Webb at Webby20 MLB. We wish everyone a blessed evening. Cash some tickets, have some fun. Anyone that missed the fantasy show that wants to see the lineup that we took $18 to try to make 50,000, I'll DM it to you if you want it. I'm going to put it up there after the game start at 7 o'clock so everyone can see. We'll keep a little running tally of it, see how we're doing, and have some fun with it. Other than that, myself and Scotty will be back early tomorrow morning with the breakfast bankroll and get you ready for the afternoon and evening MLB games and whatever crosses the board in hockey and NBA. See you soon.